Welcome back to the live replay, everyone. It has been a while. Today is Monday, March 9th, and we're going to start off by packing just a few orders and then get into Kristine's yearly spreads. So I only got a few orders while I was away, starting with $15.97, so I'm going to pack those up. $15.97. I'll just open this to a pretty page while we do that. Is a B grade petal pink journal for Julie L. Let me grab that for you, Julie. B grade petal pink. This one was B grade because of this little spot right here. Everything else is perfectly fine. Let me bin that. Hey, Lauren. How are ya? Wow, $15.97. That means we cracked $1,600 while I was away. Nice. Then we've got $15.98. Welcome here, you guys. We are just packing up a few orders before we get back into Kristine's journal. A matcha pre-made journal for Caroline with no personalization. So I'll grab that for Caroline. That was $98. Hey, Emily. Kristine, good to see you. I don't have a lot of journals to pack before we get to yours, so we should be able to spend most of our time together today on yours. I've only got 2 with personalizations. So yeah, hopefully we can get those personalized pretty quick. Another matcha pre-made journal. This one is for Esther S. This is $15.99. I just started. You know, people almost never get the notifications though. At least 2 to 5 people say that every single live, that they signed up for notifications but didn't see it. I don't know how that works. What TikTok is up to. Okay, so then we've got an espresso pre-made journal for Janelle. This is order 1600, and this one does have some personalization. So we're going to linger here for a while before moving on to the next one. You did get one, Penny. Nice. Hey, Lynn. Good to be back. Inga, to be golden. Jamie, good to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming. How was everyone's week last week? I know, Jamie, that I don't understand. Like, I've never used TikTok notifications for anything, but lots of you guys say that. Like, I signed up for notifications and I never get them. Alrighty, let's start with some charms. This journal was ordered by Janelle, but the name is going to be Missy on here. So the only charm selected was a dog charm, and I think we're going to go with a paw print because that's what she wanted on the name page. So let's do a paw print, and I'm trying to decide if I should pair it with something or if I should just leave it at just a paw print. I have such a hard time doing just one charm, but if that's what she asked for, that's what I should do. It was good, yes. It was a good time away. We were visiting family. It wasn't really a holiday, like everyone was still working. You know, I was working every day, just not going live. My husband was working from there because he works remote anyways. And everyone who lives out there from our family, like my in-laws, my sister and brother-in-law, my other sister-in-law, they were all working too. So it wasn't like a vacation, but it was good. It was good to see them. We didn't get to see as much of them as we kind of hoped because some of the nephews were sick, but still got to hang out and have a little change of scenery. So it was a good change up. Alicia, yeah, the 50 would be American though, Alicia. It is more Canadian. How was everyone else's week? Okay, we got the paw print, and then the cover design is going to say Missy with paw prints. The name page is going to be Missy with coffee. earth tones, variations of browns, creams, yellows, coffee beans, cup of coffee. Oh, interesting. A cup of coffee with the name in the middle to look like foam. Mug can have coffee beans on it. Okay, but I also like the two-toned bold lettering you do. So now I'm trying to decide what to do because I'm not going to write the name twice. So I either make a mug and have the name look like foam, or I just do my normal lettering. I'm feeling pretty much the same. My cough is still here, very annoying, constantly blowing my nose, but it's like I'm definitely through the thick of the cold. Like I don't, you know, but still annoying. You can start anytime. It's undated, so you can start the journal whenever you want to. No, Kristine's journal is not done. That's what we'll work on mostly today. Okay, so I'm leaning towards just doing the lettering that I usually do because she was fine with either. And I change up a lot of variables in my journals, but to some degree, I like to have a bit of a formula anyways to make things a bit more predictable. Thanks, Alicia. I don't think it's allergies. I mean, I've never been told that I have allergies before. So it would be a surprise for sure if it is allergies. Let's do... And Alicia, I do have B grade ones as well that are usually I have at least a few B grades available. Right now I think I only have 2, but they're about half the price with very small imperfections, but still imperfections that make them not worth selling at full price, you know? So that's an option too if you're looking for something more affordable. Grab my gray. No, I was gone all of last week, but I am back now. I should change that on my website. I still have my little note up there that I'll be away. I need to go fix that. Hey, Mary. Welcome here. Okay, she mentioned Jowie girl, the my website is the best place to order if you're in North America. If you're outside of North America, then yes, you can go to my Etsy page. Etsy only allows a certain number of images, so you can't see like every page on there. I do have a flip through on my YouTube channel that shows like every single page, or if you just want kind of an overview, I can give you an overview right here if you want me to flip through it. Yes, there is one with sardines. That is September. There's the sardines month. One of my favorites. Alrighty, so she mentioned using like a soft yellow. So maybe I'll do a soft yellow sleeve on this to-go cup over here. We'll do a to-go cup here, an iced coffee up on the other side. Rylee, I must have missed the first part of your message, your comment here. Check. Hey, Autumn. Good afternoon to you too. Oh, I want to add some sparkles before I do all of that. Oh, no problem, Rylee. I just thought maybe I missed part of your comment because all I saw was the word check. It was good, Nicole. Yeah, it was just pretty normal. We used to live out there, so it didn't really feel like, you know, it's not like a huge trip to somewhere special. It's just like, okay, now we're hanging out with the family that we used to see all the time, but everyone's working like they always did, you know. Just felt like normal life, but just rewinded a few months from before we made our move. Hey, you guys. Thanks for joining. Stephanie, Laura, good to see you guys. I did get to see one of my mom friends, but it was like she had a super packed week, so we just met at the moms group that I used to always go to. But it's different now. They don't have like a separate, like they don't separate the moms and the kids at all anymore. So it was just chaos. Like we were just, you know, there were like 30 kids there, most of them older than our own. So I was just kind of trying to keep our own children from getting trampled, and we hardly got to talk to each other, but it was okay. It was good to at least see her, but would have been nice to have more quality time. All right, that was order 1600, and this one does need gold foil, so I'm gonna mark that on here, do that later in the week. We've got just one more, and then we are gonna get into Kristine's yearly spreads for real. So Sandra ordered an espresso pre-made journal. This one's an Etsy order, the other was through my site. And I'm gonna check my tea to see if it cooled down enough for me to drink. Borderline. It's just so nice on the throat, you know? I try to be drinking tea as often as I can during the day. So yes, this order's for Sandra. She wanted a book charm and a pom-pom, and then a name page. We will find those charms for her. What's going on here? That's very weird. Okay, well this is gonna be a B grade because these pages got stuck together. I'm confused. It's actually tea this time. I only do the milk thing in the evening when I don't want to be drinking caffeinated tea. During the day I drink black tea. But in the evening, I just don't have a good, like, non-caffeinated tea that I like right now. I know I should just get the exact same kind as I always drink, but decaf. I haven't. Yes, to be golden. We often change up the name if that's what people like. Alrighty, let's check this one for Sandra. Okay, so we're gonna do a book charm. I'm thinking this one. And a fluffy ball. Maybe we'll just make it match since Sandra didn't write a color or anything. Yes, I can totally do a flip through. Just give me a sec here. I'll put these charms on and then I'll flip through it before moving on to the name page. Don't let me forget. Hey, Genevia. Yes, it was good, Robin. Just felt like normal life, but in a different province. And no live streams, obviously. That was a big difference. No problem, Brittany. Oop. Alrighty. There's a little thread attached to here. Give that a little snip. There we go. Alrighty. And then let me flip through one of these pre-made journals. And then we've got a name page to do. It's going to be Sandra, name in violet, and some butterflies in blue. All right, we'll set this aside for Sandra just for a sec. So the pre-made journal, I won't show you every single page here because I get too chatty and it takes a long time. I have a flip through on my YouTube channel that shows every page, but there are, I think there's like 22 yearly spreads that are done for you and then 8 blank pages at the beginning of the year in case you want to add like a budget tracker or a cleaning tracker. That's what I added in mine, or anything else. And then every month has a different monthly theme that you guys chose on Instagram. So for January, we have Cozy Cottage. And I colored some pages throughout here to kind of show you the potential. February, the theme was bows, and I don't have my journal down here, so I can't show you how I colored my February, but March was plants. This is the current month, obviously. And so every month has the same types of pages, but they look different depending on the theme and stuff. So every month has a title page and then a blank page that still has some doodles. So again, you can use this for if you want to track something specific or whatever you think of. I always have a section for home related tasks and work related tasks. That's how I use this blank page. Then there's a calendar. It's undated, so you can use it as a Sunday start or a Monday start. You can use it this year or next year or whatever. Very flexible. Trackers, a page for memory keeping. And then these are the weekly spreads. In March, every month has a different weekly layout. There's 5 weekly spreads per month because it is undated. So lots of the time you'll see this like light gray calligraphy. That's for you to trace over like this, and you'll get this white gel pen as the freebie with your journal. So you can add those fun touches as well. Thanks for the follow, Mayra. So April, the theme was tulips. I colored this page in just to show. Katie, anything water-based is good. Definitely not alcohol markers. They bleed right through. I recommend just buying a huge pack of Crayola Super Tips because they're super affordable and they work perfectly for something like this. I end up using a lot of Tombow dual tip brush pens, but that's just because that's what I have been given. That's not what I would seek out necessarily. Oh, thanks you guys. Thanks for the follow, Soul. Hi, Myra. Are you new? I saw you just followed. Good to have you. July, the theme was ice cream truck. Sorry, June was seashell. I don't know if I said that. August is going to be a doozy to color, if you decide to color all the bubbles, that is. August was ocean. September is a sardines theme. Oh, nice. Well, thank you so much for following and joining. My name is Rylee, and normally we are working on custom bullet journals. For most of my live streams, that's what we do, is like draw all of the pages like this by hand, which is what we're going to work on in just a moment. We have one name page to personalize. If you do choose to order, you can add different personalizations. So we have one more personalization to do, and then we're going to get into a full bullet journal that we've been working on for a while for Kristine. Here's October. The theme was journaling at a cafe. This one is one of my favorites, especially the weekly spreads. I don't know what it is, but I just love how this page turned out. So it starts off like this. You just trace over the letters, color things in, and then use it as a planner. I'm still taking normal orders. The custom bullet journal spot is no longer open. That one did sell. And so we've got to finish Kristine's, which should hopefully only take us part of the week, and then we'll be able to start on our next one. The theme for November, you guys voted for a knitting theme. Teddy bear was another one of the theme options in the poll, and that's the one that I wanted to win, so I decided to include the little teddy bear anyways, even though that's not what you guys voted for. And then December is gingerbread, last theme in the journal. So yeah, that's how it goes. Every month has that blank page for you, calendar page, trackers, memories, and then 5 weekly spreads that you can color and use as a planner. And I do have a discount code. It is live stream. Discount code is live stream. Oh, Laura, no, I haven't gone to my P.O. box yet. Oh, I forgot that I have something to look forward to there. Nothing that I order usually comes there, so I haven't even been thinking about it. But I'll try to check that later today. Whew, thank you. Sorry, my tea is like borderline too hot, so that was a bit of a shock to the system. Okay, let's do the name page here for Sandra. She wanted her name in violet, which when I think of violet, tell me if this is what you think of when you hear the color violet. I think of more of this kind of purple compared to this one. What do you guys think? Am I wrong or right? Option 1 or option 2? Maybe it is Biv. Violet, that's the last one in the rainbow, hey? So maybe it is more of a bluish one. I've never really thought about it. You think option 1? That's just where my head went, but okay, option 1. Okay. Thank you for affirming me. Alrighty, let's do that. And then, so Sandra in violet and then butterflies in blue. As a... let me think. Okay, yeah, I think let's do that. Periwinkle, yes. That's what I'm thinking. Alrighty. I don't usually use stamps for a lot of things, but these stamps are just my favorite. Where did I put my ink pad? Where did I put my ink? Oh, it just slid back in my drawer. Tips on improving hand lettering. Yes, I've got plenty. Have you already started learning how to hand letter? Like, is it kind of first steps, or you find yourself stuck at a certain point? For the names, I use Tombow dual tip brush pens because they've got a bigger tip so I can get a thicker stroke. That's what I use these days, but I used to use only Crayola Super Tips because that's all that I had. Thanks for the follow, Claire. Beginner level tips. My first tip, I feel like some people are probably getting sick of my tips because I give the same ones every time, but my first tip is just to not try to do it all at once, so take it in steps. So instead of trying to go straight in and do the kind of lettering that I was just doing, I remember doing, like, I call it cheater calligraphy. So instead of making all the right strokes, like thick versus thin, whatever, if you just learn how to do a basic calligraphy sort of alphabet and then retrace your steps, and everywhere that you have a downstroke, you want to thicken it up. Upstrokes stay nice and thick, downstrokes thicken it up. And if you start off like that, that's just a good way for you to, number 1, learn the letters, number 2, start identifying where the downstrokes are, and number 3, just kind of take baby steps, because the hardest part of calligraphy, especially if you're using a brush pen, but even if you're not, is just figuring out the pressure and the angle to shift your brush between a thin stroke and a thick stroke. That's going to be the most awkward part. So you kind of sidestep that at first by starting off at this level. So that's why I recommend starting here. Just kind of go through the alphabet, not doing any fancy strokes or anything, but then retrace your steps. Thin up. Okay, here it goes down, so you want to thicken it. Thin up, here it goes down, so you want to thicken it, and so on. And so that way you're kind of breaking it down and isolating those downstrokes so that eventually you can practice actually shifting from, like, the upstrokes are going to end up being a very gentle stroke using the tip, whereas the downstrokes end up being using a lot more pressure and using the side of your marker instead of the tip. So getting that shift is something that I wouldn't focus on at the beginning. Instead, just focus on starting like this. Thanks for the follow, Denise. No problem. Where should I put this other one? Maybe here. Yeah. Good to see you, Yamil. No problem, Inga. Did anyone watch any of the replays while I was away last week of Janelle's bullet journal that I was sharing on my stories, or any other journal? That's just the one where I was like, oh, a 6-month journal. They could actually, like, you know, watch this for the whole week and get through a whole journal instead of just getting through a partial journal. I know, I'm gonna fill the gaps with my black pen because I stamped on an uneven part of the page. Janelle's and some fun. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Okay, so this one got a bit uneven over here. Oh, nice. Yeah, Sherry, you've been doing a lot of the themes in your journal. Hey, I love that you tag me in those because I can see each one. Oh my, 2021 and 2022. Nice. A sip of tea here. And then she wanted the butterflies to be blue, so I'm going to choose a pretty light blue. Should I choose 2 blues? I'm going to do this one for sure. It's very light. Wait, Sandra, are you the Sandra who ordered this journal? Or are you a different Sandra? There's another blue that would match this one nicely. I mean, this one would look good with the purple. It is you! Oh, thank you so much for your order. Oh, how did I forget one wing? I forget a lot of things, but forgetting like half of a doodle, that might be a first. Ashley, this is just a name page for an order. It's not a full custom. So we will be starting our new journal hopefully this week, but we do still have some work to do on Kristine's. And if you're the person who ordered the journal and you're here, feel free to let us know. I haven't shared your name yet because we haven't talked about that, if you want your name shared or not, but if you're here, feel free to say hi. Alrighty, thank you so much for your order, Sandra. We did your charms, a book charm and a pom-pom, and then name page for Sandra. And that is the last order from while I was away that needs personalization. So we're gonna jump into Kristine's bullet journal now. We still have a lot of yearly spreads to do in here. So I'm gonna go tuck this one on my shelf and then let's get into it. Oh, I definitely need to talk less, but it's just hard. You know, it's hard when you're the only person in the room. I feel like I need to fill the space, fill the silence. But it's definitely not helping my voice. Oh, whoops. Alrighty, so we did Kristine's name page, title page, that's it. This is gonna be a year at a glance, which I am gonna do, I don't know. No, I don't get notifications about anything like that. It's out of my hands once it goes off to them. Lenny, no, sorry, I don't have reading journals. I would love to eventually. There are a lot of things I would love to do eventually. All right, let's get back into it. Okay. Year at a glance is gonna go over here. That'll be a bunch of calendar stamping. Vision board is what I'm gonna put over here. So for vision boards, I usually just do like a title either in the middle or along the top, and then doodles just in the corners so that people can paste pictures and kind of fill most of the space on their own, because that's, you know, what a vision board is for. So maybe I'll just get in there and do that. Okay, I need a quick sip here. Mr. Autumn. I should just invite one of you to co-host so that you can answer my questions for me. Because most of you probably who are in here regularly know the answers just as well as I do. All right, let's do, I'm thinking maybe writing vision board in the middle and then doing a bit of leopard print around the sides. Yeah, exactly. I should have like a mod or something just peeking up in the corner. I mean, I don't even know how to do that. I've never tried anything like that, but if any of you actually would want to be my voice and do the talking, let me know, because that would actually be helpful. I definitely did less talking last week while I was away, and it helped, but still didn't heal, you know? Vision, B-O-A-R-D, okay. Oh yes, I have mods. I just don't know how to invite someone to have their screen, or like, you know, what's it called? Have their little face be in my video. I don't know. I don't use TikTok for anything except this. I know nothing about how to operate that fancy stuff. Thanks for the follow, Green Eyes. Oh, not black. I thought I grabbed the blue. Thank you, Kiwi, for following. It is Lisa Frank. Yes, don't remind me. Just kidding. I had no idea who Lisa Frank was, but as soon as it came up, it was just a flurry of comments and trying to figure out the colors. It was kind of funny in hindsight, but in the midst of it, I was like, oh my goodness, how am I gonna appease this many people on a theme that I have never seen before? But we made it work, I think. Thanks for the follow and the moons. Katie Cat, thank you so much. Oh, nice. I'm glad yours arrived, Jamil. Yes, Kristine did choose this one. Quick sip of tea. Yay, thank you, Yumil. Thanks for the follow, Des. Yeah, it was good, Shirley. A little change of pace for a week. All right. There is the vision board page, mostly open so that she can, you know, paste in pictures or write things down for her vision board, whatever, but still decorated. And you can totally paste pictures over top of the title if it's taking up too much space for you. Alrighty. Next, we need a health tracker and an anxiety tracker. Let me grab the right pen for this. Oh, good. Thanks for the follow, Sammy. Let's... okay. Shirley, all that we've done in this journal today was this page. We did personalize a couple before this, but you haven't missed much. Thanks, you guys. I feel like I have a better black marker to use for this. Oh, maybe I could use an acrylic. That might be a bit overkill. Yes, this is part of, we've been working on this whole journal here for all of 2027. So we've done all the yearly spreads, all 12 months. Now we're, or sorry, all the monthly spreads. Now we're doing the yearly spreads. So that's what we're working on today. This is going to be a, let's see, health tracker and anxiety tracker. Thanks for the follow, Erica. All right. Let's see here. I'm trying to decide. So each one needs a key, a title, and some doodles. I'm trying to decide how I want to do that. Yeah, April turned out so cute. We could do doodles all across the top and then put the title here, key here, small doodles. I often would do the title across the top though, so we could just stick with that. Thanks for the follow, Crafty Corner. Maybe I'll just do the title on the top. So we'll do one health tracker and then an anxiety tracker. That's the monthly spreads. Yeah. So Kristine chose all the themes. All of the months have the same pages, but different themes. So title page, cleaning tracker, 2-page calendar with notes, and then the weekly spreads. So we did the snowflakes for January, brown tabby and birthday for February. March was an Easter theme. Thanks for the follow, Chastity. April was her dog in puddles. Thanks, Amanda. May, the prompt was library and iced coffee. Thank you. June, she wanted a baseball theme. Yes, we've done every page we've colored by hand, well, drawn, colored, everything by hand on my live stream. We do this every day, Monday to Thursday. July, we did a 4th of July theme. And so how this one worked is Kristine chose the themes, and then we kind of worked together to figure out how we were going to orient those themes. August is a back to school theme. So I try to get you guys involved when I can. Today I don't have much of a voice. I do have a voice, but it's hurting. I'm feeling it. So I'm trying not to, I find I talk a lot more during polls because I have to explain a million different options. So I haven't been doing as many polls today, but I do try to keep you guys involved. October, we have our Halloween theme. Yes, so my $50 USD option is, it's also hand-drawn, but not like with markers. It was hand-drawn on my iPad. So that's the one that you're seeing on my website. It was hand-drawn by my iPad, and then you kind of color it in like a coloring book and use it as a planner. So still hand-drawn, just in a different way, and like 10% of the price. November's Thanksgiving theme. And then December was a nativity theme, and we incorporated these ornaments. Not putting your free will to its full potential. So now we're working on her yearly spreads. That's all we have left. So this one's for 2027. So far we've done our title page and our vision board, and we're working on some trackers. Okay. And Kristine, you mentioned for the anxiety tracker, you only need 2 options for the key. How about for the health tracker? Do you know how many options you'd want there? And do you want room for any other information on here, or do you want this whole space full of doodles? Thanks for the follow. Sunshine and Orly. So these trackers are gonna be like full year. Okay, so you want 8 for the health tracker and then also 8 for the mood tracker, hey? That one I'll do on the next page, but just to confirm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Space can be doodles, okay. Oh, thanks for the follow, Ashley. Mercy, I would love to do a reading journal that's printed in bulk. I just haven't had the time. For custom journals like this, yes, if you want yours to be reading centric, that's totally fine. Each customer kind of designs the whole thing. So these ones are like in the pre-made journal. You also have 2 of these. It's like a year in pixels. So there's a spot for every single day of the year. So we've got the 12 months going across the top, 31 days, and then a key so that you can track like either high anxiety, medium anxiety, no anxiety, whatever, if you want to use it for anxiety, and then you just color each day with that corresponding color. Or you can track, yeah, like your health, your mood, fun random things like weather or how many pages you read in your book that day. So many different ways to use a tracker like this. Yes, Chelsea, it was the Cornhuskers. Nebraska Cornhuskers. Thanks for the follow, Christina. Aw, thanks, Chloe. Thanks for joining us again. If you're new today, why don't you leave an emoji in the chat? This is a pretty big crowd for us, so I'm guessing we've got some new faces. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for the follow. My name is Rylee, and we go live every day, Monday to Thursday, working on people's bullet journals. Hey, Christina, Crafty Corner. It's good to have you guys. Savvy, thanks for the follow, Brittany. Chastity, Brittany. Welcome here, you guys. Kiara, welcome here. Thank you guys so much for joining. So yeah, this is my little side hustle is we hand draw people's entire journals. Every page we did on live together. So yeah, if you like artsy things, you want tips on like calligraphy and stuff like that, I try to be able to answer questions and stuff as well. Some days like today I don't have a whole lot of voice left, so I'm trying to save it a little bit, so I may not answer all of your questions, but I definitely want to be a resource if you're looking to try to get into bullet journaling. I think it's a great hobby and way to keep track of your life. Yes, we've got some OGs here too. Some people who have been around for literally years. I started in 2020, so we've got the whole spectrum today. So this is part of Kristine's custom journal. We've been working on hers for over a month now. I took a little break to visit family in the middle, so it's been over a month. Usually takes me about a month for these. And we've done all of her monthly themes. She chose this rainbow leopard print for her yearly spread theme. And that's all that we have left in this journal. It's just the yearly spreads. And we do have the next customer lined up who I have not announced yet, but I did see you join the live. So if you would like to reveal yourself, you totally can. No pressure, nobody else will know who you are. But we do have another one lined up that we will hopefully start on later this week. I'm thinking we can finish Kristine's by the end of the week. Yes, it's Ashley. They've been asking ever since it's sold, but I don't want to assume, you know, that you're okay with me sharing your name and stuff just in case. So Ashley and she went through her form. We've been emailing back and forth over the last week or so. So I think we're at a point where we're ready to jump in with hers as soon as we get done Kristine's. Oh, puzzle piece. Let me swipe that. Okay, I'm so glad I looked up at that right time. I had no reason to look up. That was a lucky catch. Thanks for the follow, baby key. All right. Next, we've got another page like that. We've got the mood tracker. And then a gift ideas page. That's what's coming up. Yeah, I noticed that in your form, Ashley. I was like, oh, there will be a few familiar themes in the next one. Thanks for the follow. She still smiles. Yvonne, not at all. That's what I hope for. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, I try to make most of my themes very doable so that anyone can replicate them in their own journal. Thanks for the follow, Kathy. I forgot to write the white gel pen on these months, but I don't want to do that now because I'm in the middle of pressing on this side. So when I move over to this page, so I'm only pressing here, remind me to go back and add that. And then we're gonna have a year-long mood tracker. I see that one, Ray. Yeah. I haven't been seeing much from you today, though. I don't know if you've been trying to comment, but they haven't been coming through if you've been busy in the comments. Now, Kristine, could you let me know, for your next page was going to be a gift ideas list. Do you have an idea in mind already of how you want me to break this up? Like if you want me to put certain boxes with like, you know, I don't know if most of the ideas are going to be like a wish list for yourself to share when other people ask what you want, or like gifts for your son, your husband, other family, friends, whatever. You can let me know if you have a vision in mind for this page. If not, we can just come up with one together. Okay, and just like one big list. I could do a big list and then we could write like the name in one column and then the ideas in the next. Would that be good? Yeah? Okay. Perfect. And that is what we'll do. Which one, Kathy? If you just let me know the color, I can be specific for you. Oh, the highlights. It's a light gray marker by Tombow. The number is N89. You can get Tombow markers individually from like Michael's, or I always get mine online from either Journal Say or Stationery Pal. N89 is my favorite for highlights. No problem. I have them both linked in my bio, user 646 with discount codes if you're interested. Oh, did you, Jules? I already packed it up if it was placed last week, but if it was placed today, I didn't even notice. Last week, okay, yes, we just packed it up for you at the beginning of this live. Yes, thank you guys. Those are the sites. I just don't want to have to yank down my phone to like type in a message, you know? Then everyone just gets an extra jittery close-up of the journal. Probably make you car sick. All right, gift ideas. And we'll do a big table. I'm gonna make it all the same height so that it's kind of level. Oh, before I do that, white gel pen. Thank you guys. I'm gonna do this one. January, February, March, Gotta let this one sit though, because I can't press on this yet, so we'll just have to wait a sec for that one. Oh yeah, the black boxes, so January has space for all 31 days, February only has up to 28, March 31, April 30, and so on. That's what the black boxes are for, because those are not days. All right, we'll let that dry for a sec. The next page that we're gonna have is a bingo page and then a bucket list. And so Kristine, same thing, if you have a layout in mind for your bucket list, you can let me know. Bingo, I'll just draw a bingo grid. But yeah, if you have something specific in mind for the bucket list, do let me know. The white gel pen I use is the Languo P600B. This is also the freebie that you get with any journal from my shop so that you can elevate all your doodles. I just need to let this dry for a sec before I can press down on it to do her bucket list page. Let me at least figure out what spacing I want to do. Sorry, bingo. So I'll show you how I used mine. Oh no, my journal's upstairs. Ugh. This is just my sample journal, so I haven't actually colored them in at all, but I did one of mine as a recipe bingo, and then I filled in 25 different recipes that I want to try to make throughout the year, just to, you know, challenge myself and to have ideas when it's like a night where it's like, okay, I actually have time to make something nice for supper. What should I make? I come to my bingo sheet and I'm trying to get a blackout by the end of the year. Fill them all in. You can also do like restaurants you want to go to, books you want to read, events you want to attend, different fitness activities you want to try, like, you know, go to a spin class or something, whatever. You can use it for whatever. It's just a fun way to challenge yourself to do 25 things in a certain category throughout the year. So I'm not sure what Kristine has in mind for hers, but that's the beauty. There are so many options for it. Okay, and then I know I usually make them 5 dot grid spaces wide, right? Did I do 5 by 5 or 4 by 4? I should just copy the spacing from here, because why not? No, it is 5 by 5, but it starts at the very outside and goes there. Okay, let's do that. Thanks for the follow. Yes, Annie, order a white gel pen. I used to just do with my pre-made journals, and then I felt bad not putting them in with all the other journals. So now even B grade journals get one. 3, 6, 8. All right, so 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh yes, yours definitely should have had a white gel pen, Lauren. Are you sure? Was it inside your pouch? Because you got a kit, right? It might have been inside the pouch with the markers. Sometimes I just tuck them in there. That's a great idea, Liz. Yeah, like different hobbies or different like hobby projects that you want to do in 2025. Oh. Okay, well, that was definitely accidental. I think I always include one in there. Sorry about that, Lauren. Okay, so for the bingo, I'm not gonna do... Oh yeah, sorry, Jen, that is a new thing. The journals are from my shop, Christina, so you can get them personalized with like a name page. Oh, sorry, a name page, cover design. You can do some charms. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make the bingo title not too big so that you can write the topic of your bingo above it. So I'll do about half the space, I'll write a title, and then the other half you can write like recipe or event, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, fitness bingo, whatever. And then let's add some. Oh, you're just doing like a general 2027 bingo? Okay, I can write 2027 for you then. I see. I guess I could have asked you that first, eh? And then you said for the bucket list you didn't have any specific ideas. Let's do... $20, $27. Bingo. Co-own a journal boutique. That's cool. Sounds fancy. Well, I've never done anything wholesale, but I'm definitely not opposed. You can feel free to email me if you want, because I do have a few different colors. They've got super thick pages and everything. Pretty standard bullet journals. creating my own for 2027 or for the pre-made journals? These have 192, Rachel. The ones, so this one starts off empty. It's got 192 pages for you to fill, whereas the ones that start off with my designs have 224 pages. So these ones have an extra 30 pages done for you for the year. Sumaya, nope, I get the same tracking information as you, so I don't have any different updates or anything. I haven't, Sherry, no. Oh, hey Jess, yes, it was a good chill week. I do ship to the UK. Oh, no problem. I ship to the UK. I think you can order to the UK from Etsy or my website. I know Americans can no longer order from my Etsy shop, but the UK, I think either should work for you. And on either platform, the code livestream will get you an additional 10% off. I need to do some green or yellow up in this corner. You ordered from the website? Okay, yeah. And I know Shirley, who's also from the UK, always orders from my Etsy shop, but I thought that my website worked for that too. For UK orders. Totally, Sarah. Do you have any particular pages that you're wondering about specifically, or just in general? Because in general, some people will use it for like reflecting. Most people will probably use it for planning. So for example, how I use mine is I start everything in the yearly spread. So like my events start off in the future log. So if I know I have, you know, an appointment or someone's birthday or whatever, I always write it down on my future log. And then same with my tasks, my big picture tasks for the year that I know I want to do go in here. So like getting my ring clean, getting my oil changed, all that kind of stuff. And then there's some tracking as well. Like if you want to keep track of productivity, your mood, your sleep, whatever, you can keep that at the beginning of the year too. And then whenever I go set up a month, I take those things with me to my new monthly calendar. So like I would take any of my March events into my March calendar, any tasks that I think would be nice to do in March, I move those into my March like list over here. And so it's just a way to plan on a yearly, monthly, and then weekly scale. It's just like a coloring book planner, you know? That's the fun part, is it's a normal planner, but you also get to color it in and have something pretty to look at. I also need some suggestions for the bucket list page here, because I could just leave it fairly empty like I did the vision board page with a title so that she can, like, you know, paste in pictures if there are bucket list items. But I'm open to other ideas too. Thanks for the follow, sorry. Sumaya, no, I haven't. And I'm trying to be careful about like not recreating things that are trademarked, because I do sell these. So you know, you can do a Hello Kitty-ish theme with like the same colors and little flower doodles and stuff, but I'm trying to be aware of, you know, that kind of thing. I do, Melly, I am Canadian. I can definitely ship to you in Canada. Sometimes the TikTok For You page just is a little, it's like, it can be super local, you know? Most of my orders come from like the States or further away in Canada or even in the UK. But I've had it happen a couple of times where I've gotten orders from people who found me on TikTok and they're like 2 blocks away. I'm like, algorithm was really being local today, you know? I always find that kind of funny. It's like, I guess I could have just walked this over to your house, but I had no idea where you were from. Hey Taylor, thanks for joining. And yeah, start my own delivery service. No, I felt bad genuinely though, because those people like paid for shipping, because obviously, you know, they don't know where I'm from. I don't know where they're from. And then when I print the shipping label and put it on, I'm like, oh, definitely did not need to ship this. Could have just arranged a pickup, but oh well, I already bought the shipping label. It's only happened like twice. Alrighty, there we go, 2027 bingo. Okay, bucket list. I guess I might just do a title then and then a bit of a border, hey? So that this can take kind of whatever form she needs, whether you want to like paste in pictures or doodle little pictures. We won't actually make it into like a strict list unless you want us to. So let's do, I think I'll put bucket. Yes, these are just the yearly spreads for Kristine. So we did all the monthly themes already. We are just finishing the last pages here in the yearly spreads. Well, I shouldn't say the last pages. We've got a lot of yearly spreads in this one, but the yearly spreads are the last pages to do in this journal, is what I mean. And then we'll be starting Ashley's, hopefully later this week. Hey Tina, it was a pretty good week. Oh yes, Reagan, totally. All right, we'll add the black to this, but let me show you what we've done so far. So the yearly spreads are our last step. So all that we've done for yearly spreads, we've got the title, the vision board, health tracker, anxiety tracker, mood tracker, gift ideas, bingo, and now we're working on the bucket list page. But we have completed all of the monthly pages. So Kristine chose all the themes. Every month has a title, cleaning tracker, 2-page calendar, notes box, and then the weekly spreads. So for January, the prompt was snowflake, and then she kind of gives us the prompt, and then we choose like a color palette, a layout, all that kind of stuff together here on live. So February, the prompt was brown tabby cat, and we knew it was her birthday month, so we incorporated that as well. Thanks for the follow, Key Dot and Greek Goddess. March, she wanted an Easter theme with a focus on Jesus and the resurrection. Because Easter is in March in 2027, which just kind of blew my mind because I feel like Easter is just an April thing. For April, she has her dog in some muddy puddles. That was the prompt for April. May, the prompt was library and iced coffee. So that's what we did. We tried to combine the two. We did like some iced coffee style lettering up here and then the little library doodles as well. Thanks, Reagan. June was a baseball theme. July, we did a 4th of July theme. August, we've got back to school with some school supplies spilling out of a backpack. September, she wanted a Nebraska Cornhuskers football theme. My favorite doodle of the month, I think, is that one. October, I don't like Halloween, but I love October, mostly because of the colors and the lettering. I always love doing stacked calligraphy, so I really like how these weeklies turned out. And then November, the prompt was Thanksgiving, and she specifically requested a Dutch door as well. So behind the door, we just have kind of an open page that she can use to journal about the month. Regan, usually about a month to 6 weeks usually. Depends how many other things I have going on at the same time. And then December, we have a nativity theme, and we incorporated Christmas decorations into the theme as well. So yeah, and now we are working on the yearly spreads, and then we've got another order to start. As soon as we finish this one, hopefully later in the week, we'll be starting on Ashley's journal. She also ordered a 12-month journal. So that is our next project. And yeah, we work on these together Monday to Thursday. Every day, every page is done on live. So if you're new here, I hope you'll join us again in the future. I also do post all of the replays on my YouTube channel, which is just Rylee Autumn. So if you're curious about that, you can check all of our old videos out on there. Thanks so much. Oh, nice. From Michigan. Well, thank you, For You page. The For You page, I feel like, has been pretty good to us today. We've met a lot of new people. Thanks for the follow, Mandy, empowering her. Thank you, guys. So yeah, this is my little like nap time and nighttime side hustle. So I've got 2 boys, 3rd baby on the way this summer. Don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl, but. And so while my boys are napping and after they go to bed, these bullet journals are my income and my hobby. So yeah. Oh, Carson, how are ya? Good to see you. No problem. So, I mean, you can choose whatever spreads you want at any point in the journal. You know, like your monthly spreads, your weekly spreads. They don't need to be the same as this, but for this one, so when you customize a journal with me, you have the option of either doing extra monthly spreads. So there's 192 pages in the journal, and basically the way the breakdown works is you can either do 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4 monthly spreads, and then the weeklies, of course, but 4 monthly spreads and then have room for almost 30 yearly spreads, or you can do 6 monthly spreads and then have room for about 6 yearly spreads. So with Kristine's, we did the heavier on the yearly spreads option. So hers starts off with a name page, a title page. There's going to be a year at a glance here, a vision board, some trackers that are like full year trackers. So every day of the year has a pixel or a square, and then you color it in with the key. But yeah, it just depends what kinds of things you want to track. For me, my most used yearly spread, and now I'm forgetting, do you have a future log? I don't even see it on here. My most used yearly spread is definitely my future log. This isn't my journal, that's why it's empty. This is just one I kind of color for Instagram reels and stuff, but my most used one is a future log. I would draw a little calendar in here and then highlight the day, and then over here write down what happens that day. So birthdays, events, all of that. That's my most used yearly page. And then another yearly page that I rely on heavily is the when did I last page, and that's for tasks that need to be done consistently but very infrequently. So like for me, getting an oil change, getting my wedding ring cleaned, those are always the 2 examples that pop into my head. But even like backing up the pictures from my phone, clearing space on my phone, you know, I try to list all that kind of stuff here, and then I assign it to a month. These columns each represent 1 month. And so it just, my yearly spreads, I'm not huge into tracking. I know some people love the trackers for like your mood, your sleep, your productivity, whatever. And I use them sometimes, but for me, the main point is I like to use it for planning. So that's the way that I focus my spreads is, and that's what I recommend if you're starting a journal, is don't just make every spread that you can think of. Choose kind of 1 or 2 reasons why you're starting a journal. For me, it has nothing to do with tracking. It has everything to do with planning, and my secondary focus is memory keeping. So that's how I choose what kind of spreads I want to do, is all based on like why I actually want to have the journal, you know? So it doesn't need to start any specific way. You can kind of just choose what you want to get out of it. No problem, Rachel. And you know what, actually Etsy, I no longer ship to the US from Etsy. So if you are interested, you can head to my website, which is also linked to my bio. And I do have a 10% off discount code, which is live stream. Wow, thank you guys for the follows. We've got so many new faces in here today. All right, I'm gonna take a quick sip of tea. All right, so bucket list page has lots of space to just doodle, write down things you want to do, paste in pictures, whatever you like. The next pages that you had requested was a 2-page. I put 2 with a question mark. Because let me see, do we have enough to make that 4? I'm trying to think here. Memories or highlights for the month. Yes, we've got such a huge group in the live today. Thank you guys all so much for joining. Let me show you what we've been doing. We're working on a 12-month bullet journal for Kristine. So we drew every single page on my live stream together over the past month or so. And all that's left right now is the yearly spreads. So that's what we've been working on today. Kristine chose all the different yearly spreads. She chose a rainbow leopard print as her theme, inspired by like Lisa Frank. And so yeah, that's what we're working through every day on the live stream. Thank you guys for finding me. This is a huge group, way more than we usually have. So I hope you'll consider following and joining us again in the future, because we do this every day. So for your next pages here, you wanted a memory page. So how I would normally do this, Kristine, would be I would split it into 12 boxes, either across 2 pages or across 4 pages. And then you can write in memories for each month. Does that sound good to you? Or do you have a different format in mind? Yes, Rarity. So I work through one order at a time. So Kristine's has taken me over a month to do. They usually take me around a month, but I did have a couple very good interruptions, but still interruptions that made it take longer this time around. So I only take one order at a time. Now that this one is nearly done, I just accepted my next order, which will be for Ashley, which we'll hopefully start on later this week. Oh, hey Diana, thank you so much. I'm a Canadian prairie girl myself, not Alberta, but close enough. That's fine? Okay. And would you like to spread that over 4 pages, or is 2 gonna be enough for you? 2 would be like 3 months across and then split in half. So January, February, March, each would have like a column. That way we could fit it onto 2, whereas if you want it across 4 pages instead, we could just do 3 months per page. So like bigger boxes going this way. Thanks, Rarity. Thanks for the follow, Lena. Just let me know what you're thinking. I can show you guys some of my favorite pages. And for those of you who are new, I'd love to know, do you bullet journal already? And if so, what's your current theme? And if you don't, what was I gonna ask if you don't? I don't know. I don't remember my question, but if you do, what's your current theme? And if you don't, welcome here. That's what we're working on. We're just setting up a bullet journal for Kristine. Okay, 4 pages. Yes, we can do that. Let me remember my spacing here. So we want, I'm gonna copy the spacing from this journal because it's gonna be the same type of deal as we used for the future log in here. So for this one, I had each month be 5 centimeters tall with a 1 dot gap in between. And that leaves not a whole lot of room for the title at the top, but enough room, I think. So let's do that. I'm just gonna use my gray marker to space that out for me. So 5 centimeters tall, 1 dot gap. This is harder than it looks. Okay, that's good. Your theme is called Frog Tea Party. That's so cute. All right, and then each month I'm just gonna do a fun little heading on one side. Jan. Then over here we'll do Feb. March. So Kaylee, how much does one journal take on average? I work on it only on my live stream, which is about 2 hours a day, 4 days a week. So about 8 hours a week for like 5 weeks, let's say. Is that 40 hours? I think that's 40 hours, but I'm also thinking about too many things to trust my math right now. April. Let's do May. Have I used all my colors except orange? I think I have. And then June. All right, and then we will turn these into boxes for you to write in highlights for each month. You know what, Kaylee, and it would take me like 3 times as long if I sketched everything out beforehand. That's one of the reasons why I feel like I've actually been able to stick with custom journals for so long and have them be worth my time, is like you just gotta kind of go for it if you're gonna do this many, you know, journals for people. It's gotta be speedy. And this one. I do, yes, Valencia. This is for Kristine, my current client that we're working with. All right, and then we'll write maybe monthly highlights across the top here. And we'll add a few, maybe I'll write that in black actually. Monthly highlights, and then we'll add some of the colored leopard print around there. Yes, lots of my journals do include habit trackers. With the custom ones, it just totally depends what that customer orders. So this one doesn't have any habit trackers, but my pre-made ones do, and lots of the custom ones that I make do. Just depends. Monthly. Highlights. And then we'll do the next 6 months on the next page. You know what, the full custom ones like this, Valencia, I only take one order at a time. So it's not open right now because the spot after this has already been filled. But if you're interested in one of my pre-made journals, they're still totally hand-drawn, but I hand drew them on my iPad and then had them produced in bulk. And so those ones are available all the time if something like that would fit. They're also a much more affordable option, obviously, because, you know, I'm not spending a whole month working on a journal just for one person. So those ones are available all the time. And then these ones come available every 6 weeks or so. Thanks for the follow, you guys. Taylor, thank you. I can show you the other pages in just a sec. We've already done like over 160 pages in this journal, so I won't show you each one because we've got a lot. But yeah, so the last thing that I do in a journal is what we're doing right now. That's the yearly spread. So she chose, Kristine, that's our current client. She chose this rainbow leopard print for her yearly spread, or her yearly theme, sorry, and she chose all the pages. That's what we're putting together right now. We need to do another page of monthly highlights next. And then we also do pages for every month and week of the year. So January, we did a snowflakes theme. And again, she chose all the themes and all the different types of pages that she wanted in a journal. And then we just kind of interpreted together how to portray that. So brown tabby for her birthday month. That's one of her pets. And then March was an Easter theme with a focus on Jesus and the resurrection. Yeah, that's so true, Gina. April, we have her other pet, which is a Rottweiler, and then some muddy puddles. Oh, favorite theme I've ever done? I have no idea. May, library and iced coffee was the prompt. June, baseball was the prompt. So yeah, we do a calendar every month. Well, we do whichever types of pages that customer wants. So she wanted a calendar and a cleaning tracker every month, and then weekly spreads that had each of the 7 days as their own separate box instead of combining the weekend sometimes, and then a section for notes as well. July, she wanted a 4th of July theme. Thanks for the follow. August is back to school. September is the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And then October is a Halloween theme. Thanks for the follow, Amalia. November, we did a Thanksgiving theme with a Dutch door. And then December was a nativity theme with some other Christmas doodles as well. So Emily, yeah, the fully custom spots are closed right now, but what I was saying before is I do have the pre-made journal option. These also have 30 more pages, but they cost like 10% of the cost of this, because this one comes down to less than $3 a page, but that's still about $500 for a full year journal. And it's because I'm drawing every page by hand just for one person. Whereas these ones, I still drew every page by hand, but I was able to have it produced in bulk by my manufacturer. And so it's like a coloring book and a journal all in one. So it's got a lot of the same pages, but a lot more flexibility because, you know, I wanted you to be able to choose like what goes on this page, for example. Every month has an open page for you. Any sort of box that could be used for notes is always left open so that you can choose what it's for. So yeah, March is a plants theme. Every month has a different theme, but the same type of pages. So here's the weekly spreads for March. These are some of my favorite weekly spreads in the journal. And so you just trace over the calligraphy, you color in the doodles, and you end up with a really fun coloring hobby and also a very cute planner. So that's what it is. It's like a coloring book planner hybrid. And like I said, these ones run up to about $500 because I do every page on hand for just one person, whereas these ones are $50. And they've got even more pages, but then you get to do the coloring instead of me. So that's the trade-off there. But yeah, I do have a discount code as well, which is live stream for 10% off if you are at all interested. Let's get back to the yearly spreads. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so we've got some more to do here. Let me just mark my spacing on this page. So there. Okay, and then starting off with July. We'll do J, U, L. And then August. September. October. November. December. Thanks for the follow, Emily. If I mess up a page, which I definitely do more regularly than I would like, we always find a way to cover it. So my first line of defense, if it's just something small, is to use white gel pen to cover it up. If it's something bigger, I'll either try to turn it into something else or cover it up with like washi tape, craft paper, or just paste in more bullet journal paper on top of it. Like, yeah, we did make some mistakes in this bullet journal, which I covered in one of those ways. For example, like January, I put the wrong day. I spaced out the days of the week wrong. So this notes box here is actually glued paper, but we kind of hid it by adding that border to it so you can't even tell. So we always find creative ways to cover up our mistakes. Oh, hey, Lisette. Okay, monthly highlights. I'm just gonna take a quick sip of tea here, you guys. Thanks for the follow, you guys. Betsy, Magpie, Mika. Oh, thanks, Ash. Monthly. Shirley, thanks for trying to make me look good. Sorry, I blew my own cover. I do make mistakes, lots of them. Wow, thank you all so much for the follows. This has been such a huge group of you guys here today, which I appreciate so much. Like I said, I am a stay-at-home mom. That's my like full-time thing. And then the journals is what I do as my income while the boys are napping or after they go to bed. And so being able to have such a solid group of people turn up really means the world to me, because it's something that I really enjoy. And being a stay-at-home mom has always been like my dream, my goal. I love it so much. And so the fact that I can, you know, a silly little hobby like bullet journaling can fund that lifestyle for me is just a huge blessing. So thank you all for being here and supporting my little business. Oh, and thank you for your order. I just saw an order come through. Appreciate that. Oh, I already did blue. Not silly, but like unexpected, you know? Like who would expect doodling in other people's journals to pay the bills, you know? It just sounds kind of silly. Oh, thank you, Valencia. I appreciate that. Alrighty, so we're done our monthly highlights pages. So we've got January through June and then July through December, so that you can write in highlights for each month. So pages that we need to do yet is we're gonna have a book tracker and a playlist page, movies and shows, her son's sports spread across 4 pages, and then some notes. So that's what's left for yearly spreads. Let me see here. Oh, I do see your order here. Let me open that up so we can pack it for you right away. We've got a matcha green pre-made journal, which I will grab off the shelf. So yes, each pre-made journal comes with a pouch that has a matching ribbon, and then you also get a white gel pen as your freebie, which is the same white gel pen that I've been using for all of these types of things, and we use them a lot in like our fancy lettering and stuff. So you'll be able to do that in your journal as well. And let me write your order number on here. That was 1601. You can also choose to add personalizations like a gold foil cover design or a name page. I also have tons of like charms that we put onto the ribbon bookmarks. Those are all options at checkout as well. Emily, the pre-made ones with the inner pages all colored or all drawn for you, sorry. These ones are 50. You can also get empty journals, which same colors, same thick pages, dot grid. Those ones are about 30. Alrighty, thank you so much for your order, Valencia. Let's put that one on the shelf. Alrighty, I'm gonna do one more flip through of this journal. I should probably get going pretty soon here. I've got to make supper. My brother's coming over to play with my kids, and I have a volleyball game tonight, so I need to not let myself linger here too long, as much as I would love to stick around. Let me do a flip through. I'm gonna try to keep my eyes on the comments now, so if you do have questions about bullet journaling, about my journals, or about what we do, I don't know, whatever, feel free to leave those questions now, and I will be sure to be paying attention to the comments. So yeah, the yearly spreads, Kristine requested this rainbow leopard print pattern, and then she chose all the different pages as well. We've got our bingo for the year, bucket list, monthly highlights, and then of course we have a few others left. So Ash, I only take one custom order at a time. The next one will probably be available in about 6 weeks. So if you would like to know exactly when that's going to be, I always post the countdowns on my Instagram story. And when that one does launch, it's always first come, first serve. So Shirley, if you're in the UK, you should be able to see them on my website in your own currency. Because I don't know offhand what they are in, I don't know, does the UK use euros? Sorry, you guys, now I feel dumb for not knowing that. But I don't know how much they are in your currency. But you should be able to check on my website. I'm not sure, Melissa. The yeah, I don't know. I can if you think I should. I just, because we did, because so much of the text was like black, I don't know, I don't always like how the highlights look on black if I do water-based black. No, sorry, so Shirley, my Etsy shop doesn't have B-grade journals because I don't have the app that syncs your Etsy shop to Shopify, and since I only have like 3 at a time, if they were to all sell out on my Shopify, that wouldn't show up in my Etsy shop, so then people could double buy journals that don't even exist, you know what I mean? So I only have B-grade on my website, RyleeAutumn.com, but that is available in the UK. So you should be able to cover to see that if you're interested. And I do have, we found one more espresso B-grade today, so that will be added. So these are the yearly spreads that we have yet to finish. Oh, I went back to do, okay, yeah, no problem, Shirley. I went back to do these. I forgot about these the first time around. But yeah, that's why I wasn't doing it here, because black has been like equally used for headings. So I just thought it would be more consistent if I didn't, but I can if people think it would look better. Thanks for the follow, Danny. January, snowflakes theme. This is still one of my favorite themes in the journal, especially the title page. Like, I just love how this title page turned out. It was definitely one of the most trust the process title pages though, because it looked pretty rough at the start, but it came together really nicely. February, we've got a brown tabby cat theme for her birthday month. Thanks, Rarity. March is an Easter theme with the focus on Jesus and the resurrection. April is her dog, Puddles, Muddy Paw Prints. That was the prompt. Thank you, cute cozy cloud. May, we've got a library and iced coffee theme. June, she wanted a baseball theme. This is the month when her son plays baseball. July, she requested a 4th of July theme, so we did a bunch of fireworks for the title page and then other 4th of July type doodles on the other pages. August is back to school. Oh, sorry, the white pen. The white pen is Languo P600B. Hey, buddy. Is Daddy up there? Oh, okay. I'll be done in 2 minutes. Is he doing okay or is he crying?
You hear him?
No, I don't. Oh, he is feeling a little sad. Okay. Alrighty. Well, my boys are awake from their naps now. So let me just show you these last few pages here. If you are interested in placing an order, again, the discount code is livestream to get 10% off. I also personalize all of the journals on live. So if you order today, we'll personalize it tomorrow or later this week. And yeah, if you'd like to know when I'm going to be live and what we're going to be working on, you can join me on Instagram. That's where I share those kinds of updates. And the replays are all uploaded to my YouTube channel the next day. So this one will be up tomorrow. And if you want to catch up on any of our previous replays, you can find those there as well. Sorry to rush off, you guys. I thought my husband was here to get my little one out of his crib. Yeah, I can show you the pages. Do you want to see the football one? You might like that one the best. I thought my husband was here to get... You like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about this one? A football helmet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. But it looks like my little one is still trapped in his crib. He only woke up like 2 minutes ago, so it's not a huge deal. But sorry to rush off on you. Hopefully I'll see you again in the future. We go live every day, Monday to Thursday, to work on these journals. So I hope you'll consider joining us again. See you guys, and thank you so much.